Welcome to this week's edition of It's Chaile Time. Tsepo, how are you?
I'm good, and you, Toby?
No, I'm very well, thank you. So what have you been up to?
I'm actually kind of fatigued because
You drove far this week.
I drove far this week.
Where did you go to?
Freiburg.
Freiburg.
Yes.
Niemand is Freiburg.
Yeah, but you are.
We just spoke last week about how the white and the black way of speaking English.
Yeah, Freiburg. I went to Freiburg too. We're not going to
Freiburg, man.
No. You know, you say Freistaat, we say Free State. So let's keep it that way. Ne?
The state.
Anyway, yeah. So
what are we talking about this week? What did you experience there in Freiburg?
I think people must understand and know who is their employers.
So who are you talking to today? Who's the audience?
The employees.
Employees. Last week we spoke to the employees.
Today we're doing the Amandla.
We're speaking to the employees. So employees, listen. And this is quite important.
This is very important.
This is very important. Tsepo, you drove 5 hours for a case that didn't last longer than 20 minutes. Yeah. Why? Because the employee
did not know who is his employer.
Yeah, okay.
So
you know, Tsepo, the other day
I was laughing when I was walking out of the CCMA, and then I'm like, really? I woke up at 2 a.m., had to be there at 8:30. And then from 8:30, hardly 10 to 9, I was out of that office.
Our videographer the other day told me, I must stop saying shit. But this is one of those cases.
I know for shit.
Hey, we mustn't say that.
So you can remember, back in the days, we used to work for a cinema. So when I started working there, I used to work for an employment agency. Mm-hmm. And then someone identified potential in me, and then he gave me a promotion. But now I knew that I was working for this cinema. But when my payslip came, it was written another thing.
Yeah.
So that's when I understood that, there is a mother body and there are sub companies underneath there.
Stop. This is a bit of the complexities of when a company uses a temporary employment service or a labor broker as an example. Yeah. There's this tripartite relationship or this triangular relationship between the employee, and at the bottom you get these two companies. The one is your contractual employer, and then the other one is, I suppose it can under certain circumstances be your deemed employer. So you work at the premises of the deemed employer, but the payslip speaks to the labor broker.
Yeah, but now that's not what I'm saying.
But that's not relevant in your case.
Yes.
But yeah.
What I'm saying is that we worked for the cinema, but the owners of the cinema was someone else who owned the cinema, exclusive books, what.
Oh, yes, that's right.
But when the payslip came, it says one mother body company, even though you worked for this. You see now. So now you are an employee of this company, but you're working at New Metro. You understand? That's one of our days back in the cinema. Yeah, so now when I started to learn that, there's a mother company and there are other companies. Yeah. It's like when we were working for this other company in Joburg, there was a new division which had a training college and stuff. So now I moved from that company and I started working for the training college. Yes. You understand? So those are the aspects. That's when I started learning that, okay, you can work for this big company, but you understand? But with my case now.
Before we get to the case, employees must really understand this, because this is, if you don't understand this and you get this wrong, you won't be denied justice. You're just going to have your time wasted a lot, okay? Sometimes employers, they have one employer or let's call it a shareholder. Let's say one human may have multiple businesses, and he may transfer you between these businesses. So today you're working for this company, a year later you're working for that company, and they often forget to amend the contract of employment, but the payslip shows the new employer.
Yeah.
So in your mind, you're still working for company 1, but by the time you're fired and you go to the CCMA, you were really, really working for company 5.
Yeah, and then they will tell you that the citation is wrong.
Yeah, the citation is wrong, and there's jurisdiction application and all these things. And
with my chin and chest up, I'm like, sorry, Commissioner.
This is now back to your case now, eh?
I would like to raise a jurisdiction matter. Oh, yeah. Then it gets there. So with my case, 2 a.m. woke up, get on the N14, drove to Freiburg. Got there, I think I got there at around 7:45, got myself a coffee there at the filling station and then relaxed, wait for my case. 8:30, we got called in and then we sat there. The commissioner went through the file and then they saw that, okay, this case actually, there was an award that was issued previously. And then a rescission was done and then that's why now there's...
But why a rescission? If there was an award already, why was there a need for a rescission?
Yeah, because remember the award was issued to the wrong employer.
Okay.
That is why now there was a rescission application so that that case can be viewed again so that the company can get an opportunity to go and then prove that there is no working relationship there.
Okay.
But then we got there, then when the commissioner was going through the file, the commissioner said, okay, this case, it's been going back and forth, and then do you still want to go for conciliation? And no problem. They asked the gentleman, why are you here and what is really that you are seeking for? The gentleman went on to say, yeah, but I want this guy, the manager of that place. I'm like, okay, what place? What are we talking about? Who is your employer here? Then he gave the name of his employer. Then I explained to the commissioner, the company that I'm representing bought the land.
This is like we can disclose this. This is like a buying land for a petrol station or something, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so
the company bought the land.
They bought the land to put up a petrol station. There was a old petrol station facility there.
Yeah.
And they bought it from the landlord.
They bought it from the landlord.
Okay.
But I don't know what the landlord did with...
I think previously it was, rented out to another company historically. And this employee was working for that company.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. But now he's suing the new... new company, yeah.
So I'm like, can you show me your payslip? Can you show me your contract of employment? Because in my office back where I come from, we don't have your file. We tried to scrutinize and check. Maybe someone made an admin error or misplaced some, but we couldn't. So at least deliver me from my misery.
Your misery. You're quite a drama queen, eh? Or king.
What do you mean?
Eh?
What do you mean?
Yes, you've mastered the theatrics of CCMA, eh?
You learn from the best. That's
what the commissioners must think of all these clowns sometimes in front of them.
Yeah, sometimes you twist
I was actually called commissioner here to come sit here and testify in terms of what they... that's a good idea.
Sometimes you twist your ear and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about here. But knowing the background, and it's like, what? No. Can you at least
do something wrong?
Can you at least, can you at least show me something? So I'm like, gentlemen, can you show something? A payslip. You see, that's the problem. We never got payslips. No, I'm not here to solve your previous issues. I'm here for this now. I'm here for this current company. I just need you to prove to the commissioner that we are your employers. No, but you see this guy, this manager guy. And then this manager guy, he told me that I was supposed to go for a hearing because I fought with someone at work. I'm like, no, you are talking internal things from your... I need this now.
You see, this is a jurisdictional issue.
Yes.
For those of you who may or may not know, at the CCMA, the first starting point really is, was there existence of an employment relationship between these parties? Because if not, then you are not protected under labor laws. Okay? So, and this is where the dispute is coming from. Because you are saying you don't know this person and you never worked for the company.
He never worked for the company.
And he's from the company that, he worked for a company that previously rented this piece of land or whatever, the facility.
And then he heard that gentleman is somewhere, the manager is somewhere in Klerksdorp. And you know, now, what I like, but let me just finish this part. Then he went on and on, took out his file, he couldn't get anything. Then I took a sit back, you know. You know, almost when you go for arbitration, you take a bottle of water. Took a sit back, sipped my water, put it there, and then he started having it from the commissioner. That's where I'm enjoying the movie now.
And once that happened, the moment the commissioner said, Floyd, you keep quiet, then you know this is done.
Because now the seed is planted already on the commissioner's head that there is no relationship here. But honestly, viewers, there was no relationship there. Because he couldn't prove it, we couldn't find his file, there was no relationship.
I want to challenge you on that, but we'll get to that later.
Wait.
I'm going to put you on the spot here. You not just said there was no relationship. We'll get to that.
But now he went on about his issues and the manager, how they fought. He was supposed to be in a hearing, and they told him they're going to come to his house for a hearing. Then I'm like, Commissioner, in our years of work, have you done arbitration at someone else's house? I normally chair hearings. I've never went to someone's house to go and chair the hearing there. It was supposed to be in the facility of the business, but well, we are not here for that. You know why I'm doing that? I'm keep on telling the commissioner that let's drop this thing. It's not, you know, I keep on showing interest, but and then my last sentence will be, but we are not here for that. So the commissioner asked him, so who is your employer? Then he mentioned the previous company's name. Then I like, see? So do you agree that these current people sitting here, they are not your employer? Yes, I agree. So can we sign a withdrawal that they are not your employer? Then you can open a case against your employer. Yes, you can do that. Senior commissioner was called on the other side to come and confirm. We signed our withdrawal. 20 minutes. Done. But now, when the commissioners were busy, now I was giving advice to the gentleman. You see, Mynheer, this is what you must do now. Because you said you never got pay slips and stuff. You know your bank, when you get paid, it says salary from... So you can go to the bank and draw just 3 months bank statement from when last you worked for the company. It can show there that you are employed. You see, those are the people now that have employed you. Do you understand? Ja, no. Ek verstaan, no. No, reg, no. Is reg, no. Dankie baie, meneer. Dankie. Now he was...
But I want to throw a spanner in your works here.
Okay.
Section 197. Transfer of a business.
I've never seen documentation saying that. Okay, but yeah.
What's a possibility? Considering this is a petrol station, that was, I believe it was an old facility, so it was bought. But the previous employer was operating there. Doesn't Section 197 state that for a period of 12 months, both the old company and the new company is mutually and severally liable for any matter? Also, any outstanding arbitration disputes can be then become the issue of the new employer. So there's always this complication. Was this perhaps a transfer of a business as a going concern?
Okay, I'm going to proudly answer that. In my knowledge and how I prepared for this case, no Section 197 came out there. So I don't know.
Maybe you were lucky. He didn't know about these things. What if you had a lawyer with him?
Then I was going to refuse for the lawyer to come in. That was the number one point. So sorry, Mr. Lawyer, to permission. Did you apply to come and represent? Sorry?
Yeah. But do you think, okay, but now in terms of the merits of, do you think there was a Section 197 transfer?
I think there was, because it seems like the gentleman mentioned 2 names, and those 2 names are currently working for this company that I went to represent. So I think there was.
Yeah, the complexity here is that I know there are certain arguments to be made that there was not a Section 197, but on the other hand, they took over all the staff.
Yeah.
Okay, but at that, you see, the problem here is at that time when they took over the staff, he wasn't in the company anymore. There was an issue between him and the old employer.
And someone
but
else.
Section 197 says that the arbitration issues becomes the problem of the new employer.
Yeah, because he even mentioned that he fought with someone. I think he was on suspension, or he was on leave. Then when he came back from leave, he heard that there's something going on there, but then he fought with someone. I think also a physical fight or something. Then they promised to put him in a hearing, but he was never summoned for a hearing. That's how I understand his story. So him going to sit at home waiting for a hearing, I was just throwing a spanner there and saying, but I cannot chair a hearing at your house, you see.
Yeah, you see, this is why it's difficult, you know. They say the CCMA is a free service and, you know, justice must be easy, accessible. But the problem is, you know, employees don't always know the laws. So obviously there's certain arguments this employee could have had at the CCMA, but because he wasn't represented or whatever, you know, he didn't know what arguments to put on the table there. So I think he could have potentially made your life a bit more
difficult,
rosy. But you were lucky,
Maybe I could have sat there until 4 p.m. Then from 8.
Arguing whether there was a transfer or not. The existence of employment relationship.
But I think
good outcome.
I think with the tricks that I've learned along the way is that you don't mention things that will jeopardize you as a person who went there to represent. You see, if I mentioned the word transfer, then I was in danger.
Ooh.
But
sê man, ons klink nou soos 'n klomp skelms hier. No, what you're saying is we should hide certain information.
No. It's not relevant for why we are there. Maybe from his side, it could have been relevant if he's the one who was.
Yeah, that's the ball we throw.
That's the ball. That's the ball you were talking about last week. You see now.
Problem.
It's your problem. It's not my. Yeah,
but anyway.
Anyway.
So yeah, good.
The most important thing is that you must know who is your employer, and then if there are changes at the workplace, you know, make it do diligence to understand. Okay, now who is the new owner of the business?
Oh, this is just important. You know? At the end of the day, you know, a case sometimes can be very simple, but there's curveballs. It can be overthrown by technicalities. You know, there are issues. You know, if you cite the wrong party, it's an issue. You may have a strong case, but small things like citing the incorrect party, it can frustrate that process.
100%. So please, like I said, and I always say, week in, week out, that is why we are sitting here every week giving advice. But maybe this advice can be limited. That's now how you're supposed to get to Effectus Harmony and get proper advice. That's why we are sitting here.
Yeah, bro.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Simple, thank you.
Capiche?
This is what's coming up this week. Next week, yeah. Before we go, I can see on the schedule for next week. Okay, it's like hearings the whole bloody week for you, right?
Yeah, I have a lot. I have arbitration on Tuesday. I think that's where I need to put my focus. It's in Pretoria, so I think Monday in the late afternoon I'll pass by the client and prepare for my case for Tuesday. But I've requested for bundles and everything.
Okay, yeah. Busy week next week.
Busy.
Anyway, okay, like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Enjoy.
Capiche?
Bye-bye.
Bye.